creating a standing wave from scratch. Here I'm using the program Audacity and generating a tone, which will be a sine wave, and I'm going to do that for about a 3-second waveform, and this will be in .wav. This is not sufficient for creating a standing wave, which is a transverse waveform. So we will save it. I'll save it to the desktop as named as 60, since this is a 60 Hertz wave that I'm using. I'm just going to close that program, and now I'll open up a sound editor, which will allow me to convert from .wav to MPEG-3, and this will assist me in having the transverse wave be a standing waveform. So I have no microphone or anything else hooked up to it, and I'll just open the file and we'll see it once it's opened. We see it opening .wav, and there's the display of the file. So we'll save it as 60.mpeg3 or MP3. And then we'll just simply close this program. Now we see it upon the desktop. Here I'm opening up Microsoft Visual Basic. Now I'm going to open up a component that's not already loaded, which is a media player. And once I draw this into the form, we'll go over into the properties of the media player, and we'll select on the desktop the properties of the MP3 file, and we'll copy the URL and we'll paste that into the Visual Basic program's URL location. This will allow the media player access to the file. And here we'll notice that the wave is standing. However, it's only 3 seconds long, and I'll restart it, and we'll see that it just shuts right back down after 3 seconds. So we'll go back into Visual Basic, and we'll click on to the media player, and then scroll up until we find full screen, and we'll set this to true. Once we gain access to the full screen application, then we can tap on the loop button at the bottom, and we see it's just looping now. So the file plays continuously. Now that we know that the file will play continuously, we can close the program temporarily, And we'll open up a meter application, an AC watt meter application. And here we'll play the media file once again, and it'll go full screen, and then we will set it for looping. And I've downsized it so we could see the other portions of the screen up here. And we start the meter, and we notice the file just has normal output. So I plug in the components necessary for virtual electricity, and we see the application gains much power using the standing wave and the components. Here we can see why I choose to use a standing wave instead of a transverse wave. The wave is playing at 3-second loop, looping every 3 seconds. When we look at the advanced properties though tab, we see that the bandwidth in use is 0.0 kilobits. The packets delivered do not change, and all of these are showing that 0, except of course the bandwidth that I have to use to record with. But the output is a 0. The wave does not have hertz in it. In other words, it's a standing wave, but it has power. That's why I choose it.